Let's double tap on that clip and I'll show you how you can now modify that clip. This is something called frame and fit. And frame and fit will allow you to adjust the size. If I tap here and hold, I can reposition that shot to be extreme close-up. I could also rotate it to get it exactly straight. Oops. And I could scale it just a little bit more so that that fills the bottom of the frame. You have a number of tip-down menus here that will allow you to control other aspects of the clip, including how it fit or fills the frame or how it stretches. In this case, we're doing straight video, so we just want to have it fit 16 by 9 exactly. You could also mirror it, rotate it, and do other things. Ignore these for now. These are just how do you want the shot to animate in. These are not so much used in my workflows. These icons down here, after frame and fit, is a speedometer. So speedometer will let you slow down or speed up that shot, or even reverse it. Now that's pretty cool. And if you've got audio in that clip, you can adjust it here. You see I've got the volume pulled down because I really don't need this on a cutaway shot. But if you wanted to have the volume there, you adjust it here. And you can even do keyframe animation for audio, and we'll show that in a later tutorial if you want to fade in and fade out or adjust the audio volume over time. And this last icon down here with a little star and 2 boxes, this is color and effects. And color and effects will let you do things, well, like filters, color correction, grading, use lookup tables, for example, if you used Filmic Pro, and I'll show that in a later tutorial. You can do vignetting, you can do blurring, you can do things I never do, like make big crystals. So a lot of this stuff is just kind of engineer put in to make it look like there's an impressive amount of features. Very seldom used are a lot of these, but the ones that are particularly useful for filmmakers are the Filmic D-Log and D-Flat presets if you have filmed footage in that format. But if you just tap on Original, you'll see there's these menus now where you can adjust the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, highlights, shadows, and even tinting, and of course the gamma and hue. So you've got the full range of kind of engineering controls there if you want to tweak and color grade your shots to match across your timeline, which is a really pro feature. To go back, you just tap on the back arrow and you're back into your edit. We'll continue adding shots to build our sequence. And then once we've built our sequence, I like to change the layout view up here on the top right. There are 6 different options, and there is one that doesn't show the sources view, and that's this one. So now once I've got my shots added to my project, I can double tap here, I can see all the shots in my sequence, and I can work very purely just on this pane and getting a large preview. If you double tap up here, you get a large preview of your scene. And so it just simplifies the workspace for what you need to do. A couple other things I'll show you while in this intro, while we're just getting familiar with some of the controls. Obviously we've shown the trash can for any clip selected or any element in your project. You can delete it. You can also tap up here and get the audio meters. So for your different video tracks and 3 audio tracks, you can have 6 channels of audio, basically 3 audio tracks and 3 video plus audio tracks up here. You can mute and you can globally set volumes. Now that won't do keyframe animation, it's globally for the whole project, but it's useful. And on the right side over here, we've got a little toolbox where we can get info on the clip. We can do slip editing, we can duplicate or clone clips, we can detach the audio from the clip if we want to treat it separately. We can link different clips together to move them around, very powerful stuff. And then we can even set presets for those special effects maybe that we want to have go across several clips, or color grading we would like to apply to several clips. And of course we can edit there. We'll go into this box with further tutorials that go in more depth. If you wanted to split a clip, let's say we wanted to split this clip. First of all, I'm going to extend it out. Let's say we don't want the whole clip to be a close-up. We just want the second half to be a close-up. Well, I can move the timeline here and touch the scissors. And now I've split the clip into two. Now it'll play continuously. But if I wanted to alter the size now of this clip, I can double tap, get to fit and frame, adjust my size back to the original and reposition it. And tap back. And now that same shot, and that's why it's 4K, so it won't lose any quality here. See that? It's like having two different shot sizes for one clip. And that is the introduction to this app. Oh, there's one other mode, and that's a little bit complicated, a little bit advanced, but the insert and overwrite option. What that does, and I'll just go back to a layout view where I've got sources, that controls when you add a clip to your project. Like say we want to add this clip here of her putting some coins into the machine to buy the ticket. I can change that mode from overwrite to insert. And now it overwrote, it replaced those same number of seconds there from that shot before. If you didn't want to do that, and this is probably the most important button of all, here's the undo button, the back arrow. So that was overwrite, but if I tip it to insert, then I select my clip. Then when I insert it in, it will go in front of that clip. Oops. I don't want to replace. That is one of the things you can do. I just want to get it right to, right to the beginning there of that clip. And you see there's these little gray guides here that gives you an idea. It's going to either replace that clip because there's a gray guide going all around, or if I move it here, it'll go between those two clips. So now that's between those two clips. If I want to reorder a clip, I can just tap and heat up and say I want that to be actually over after this clip and before that clip. Oops, I don't want to replace it. I want to get just that icon with the little U's, the gray U's up top and bottom. And now that's before.